This is week 223 since I started HRT, and what I've noticed was slowly over the weeks since, like my one video I mentioned what I did to my breasts because I wanted to try it, that whole thing, one of my older videos a few weeks ago or so, one of the videos that I mentioned, but I've noticed since then, and everything's healed, the shape of my breasts are actually starting, it's not really like increasing in size, but I noticed the shape has been getting better. The left side, it's like, I can show you like this side, I notice it goes up in like this shape, especially when you squish them together, and this one goes, this side goes up, and it's barely starting to go more like this, but how I mentioned it was more up and down, now it's more rounded a little bit here, and they haven't really gained a cup size or really inches or half an inch, but they have been getting bigger. I can tell a little bit they're bigger, especially if I sleep in. I notice they're much fuller when I wake up. Other than that, they're really not changing much, just this top tissue that's about the tissue that's right through here, this area on each side through here is what's been changing. It's like seems like I'm gaining some top tissue, and the shape of it's just changing more towards that developed, like the fully developed stage of breasts, how that would be. It's going more towards that, but they're not fully developed and they're still growing. So body hair is still doing the same thing, but I noticed there's days where the facial hair will come in within every day to every other day. So like if it didn't come in today, it would be like tomorrow. That's if I shaved yesterday. So like I shaved yesterday and didn't come in today, and then tomorrow to be in. That's what it seems like my facial hair is doing, on and off randomly like that. So it kind of sucks, but right when I'm able to start getting laser again, I'm gonna do that and get everything finished, my face and underarms. I noticed there's a few pieces through here on my neck that's come in. It's like through here, there's a piece here, here, and on the sides. I noticed, but there's nothing I can do about that, so until I can get laser, the rest of it done. So other than that, I noticed a little bit through here. You can see the shape of my eyebrows. Through here is a little bit gone, a little bit thicker since I had laser last. So when I get laser done, I'm gonna have my eyebrows shaped too. At that time, luckily through right here the hair hasn't come back at all. I just need the arch through here shaped more on the under part. The upper part through here, I noticed no hair has come back, what's the lower part right through here. It's where it needs to be shaped again and continuously done till that's shaped. So and I totally spaced it off, but I just realized that June is Pride Month here in the United States. It's Pride Month. So yeah, and I didn't realize that until I was watching, it was a documentary on TV I was watching about it was a trans man who it's about his transition up to a point to where he decided to, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was about. It was about he set up a youth center for transgendered individuals, and that's what it was about. It's like part of it about him and his transition up to where he set up that youth center for the transgendered individuals, and that's what it was about. And there's another documentary I was watching that came on after that. It was, I can't remember exactly what it was about, but it was in Thailand, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It starts with the M. It's like Marcia or whatever it was. It was about something like that, which is, it's males living as females in Thailand. That's just how they live. But I was also working on my song at the same time, so I didn't really pay attention fully to what was going on that one. But yeah, that song is almost finished. The lyrics I'm still working on, but it's almost finished. So other than that, no real other changes, not significantly. So in the book I'm writing, I haven't really done much in it. Still trying to figure out this one part at the end of this chapter before, like, the conversation part of it. It's basically they're at a masked ball, and this is the part where they're dancing. It's like one of those scenes like when they're dancing, then how it switched partners, then when they meet up with the person that they were originally there with, and they were talking. It's like when they're investigating something, then they're in a dancing situation where it goes like that, and they switch partners, and when they meet up with the person they were there with before, and then they talk about some of the information they found out. It's a scene something like that, but it's trying to figure out how to get it so it works perfectly with a specific song time frame. Because how the book is steampunk, the song that's playing at that time is a song from Ghostfire. It's what come to mind. It was the last steampunk waltz. So the scene works with that song. So I'm trying to get it to work in that time frame of that song. Then in the rest of the chapter, I already know what's going to happen. And the chapter after that too. Then part of the chapter after that one, yeah, I'm not quite sure how it's gonna go, but up to a point I know how the book is gonna go. So other than that, I noticed the way my hormones are going. I still have the time of the month still, like how I've been since I started the HRT and whatnot. Even though I'm not quite on it, I'm still having that time of the month. I can't explain why it's going that way, but maybe that's part of what's affecting my breasts, how they're changing and whatnot, because hormone fluctuation. I know foods, when you eat it, it does that too. So, but other than that, how I was mentioning the urinary issue combined with the time of the month hormonally, how that's been working. That's how it's been weird. Like, I could say it happens almost like a period, but it's not. It's more like incontinence happening like a period. So, which is, I can't explain that. And partly, that issue is a symptom of Asperger's, and I have Asperger's. So yeah. So other than that, that's been kind of light to moderate, I could say, towards the heavier side, but more lighter than light. So it's kind of weird the way that fluctuates. So other than that, no big changes have happened, but one thing I have on my mind, I've been thinking about joining a dating site just to be able to find someone. I thought of joining one of the free ones. I just have to figure out which one, 'cause I have to do research, more research on these dating sites, see which one's gonna be the best one. So I'm thinking of just joining one of the free ones and try it that way. And so far, still happy, but because I haven't had the surgery yet, that still kind of affects me a little bit here and there, like dysphoria, but it's not as bad as it used to be, but still gets to me. Still happens. I still get dysphoric. It's mostly anything about my body that doesn't match my gender. It's what makes me dysphoric. Because before I started transitioning, when I would look at my chest and it was flat, before my breasts got to where they are now, I'll get severely dysphoric, and not having the surgery down there, the whole male genitalia thing, is put that together. Like no breast and male genitalia, that really affected my dysphoria really badly. But now that my breasts are in, my face is all female, and my body shaped towards female, and yeah, I don't get as dysphoric from those specific things. I notice the bigger my breasts get, the less and less I get dysphoric about my chest. I noticed that, and from the research I've done, the way the trans person's brain is, the cerebral cortex, and trans women has a strong connection between that and their breasts, like our breasts, and a disconnect with the genitalia. Then with trans men, it's the opposite. They have that disconnect with their breasts and somewhat of a connection with their genitalia. That's a whole nother topic on how that brain works. Yeah. So other than that, no significant big changes. So with my transition, no big huge changes. I'm still close. I think it's about a month ago, I contacted the University of Miami where you do the transgendered surgery. So I was trying to find out some information and they haven't contacted me back, so I'm gonna have to recontact them because I emailed them because there's very specific information I needed to know, and I'm gonna recontact them. There's more information I was needing to know. So because how my therapist I had retired and he had okayed me for surgery, but he's never written the letter, so I'm not sure if I can use the letter, still have him write a letter or not as one of the letters, because from what I know you have to have 2 letters of recommendation and that could be one of them. And if I can, then I'll just have to contact him and have him write the letter and do all that. So it's one of the things I'm gonna ask when I contact a few places about the surgery, about pricing, and if things like the anesthesiologist and the hospital stays part of the cost of the surgery, all that together. Because I know Marcy Bowers is, but other places I'm not sure, so I'd have to contact them, find out that, and if I can use a letter from a therapist that's recently retired, if he can still write a letter and for one of my letters I need. So that's a big thing I'm thinking about. And the other big thing I've been thinking about, because right now, because I haven't been on the prescriptions correctly the way I'm supposed to, because I haven't been on them for too long, and my sperm has come back and all that. I've been thinking a lot about my ability to have biological children. So sorry for the video going really long, but something I want to talk about. And if I get back on the prescriptions correctly and whatnot, if I'll become sterile, not just, because what happened is the sperm went all the way down to where there was like nothing. Then when I wasn't able to be on the prescriptions for financial reasons and whatnot, when it started coming back, there was less sperm than what there was before. And there's only one way to check for that. So, and if you don't know that part of your body, then you should, for health reasons. I'm not gonna go into details, but what? Then when I got back on the prescriptions, started going to where there was nothing again. And when I was not able to get back on them again this last time, there was less that's come back. Not the full amount where it was before, but there's still even less. So that has fully come back. So that's part of a concern, because if that fully ends up not coming back all the way, then I may not be able to have biological children that way. I have to father a child, which is, I don't want to be a father of a child, I want to be a mother of a child, which I'd still be a mother because I'm female, my gender's female. That's a whole different controversy over that, how some people think. It's like, well, biologically, yes, father, but also biologically, like, because my gender is female, it'd be a mother. Because I'll be a mother that's fathered a child, is how it would be technically. Mother that's fathered a child. So it's probably how it's gonna have to be, unless I can find a fertility clinic that can do the method where they take someone's egg, take the nucleus out, put my sperm into in place of the nucleus, so when it's fully developed it's my DNA, but then someone else would have to be the father, instead of, because how I'm a trans lesbian, the partner would have to be with, couldn't father the child. So there's issues like that. That's the one way I can get pregnant and be a mother without having to father a child. So, or father a child and do it that way, be easier, but it's kind of difficult. So when I get that far into my life and I'm ready for all that and I have a partner, would have to talk about all that and whatnot. So that's something that's been on my mind, about having biological children, because I want to eventually one day. I just want at least one child, a baby girl, and other than that, really nothing else has been on my mind besides joining a dating site. So yeah, so until next time, comment, rate, and subscribe, and click the link for my blog. I'm sorry I haven't done the blogs yet, but I'm going to, and get all these videos edited and uploaded. Then I'll focus on at least one blog, because I have several planned. So yeah, the link is always in the description.